Introduction to Module 6 Lab, the Energy Audit. For this lab, you do not need any chemicals or any other thing. It's a dry lab, which means you don't actually have to do an experiment. You just have a few calculations. To begin, you will need your last month's electric bill. And if you don't have one, I have provided one for you. But it would be better if you just used your own because it will give you an insight into what appliances use the most electricity in your house. And then you can answer a question about where you could cut corners and save some money by saving your electricity, lowering your electricity costs. So first thing you're going to do when you look at your bill is, of course, find the amount due and then find somewhere in the bill the electric use, which will be expressed in kilowatt hours. So this kWh stands for kilowatt hours. So find these two numbers. Then you take the payment, the amount due, and you divide it by the kilowatt hours to get the cost, so how many cents per kilowatt hour, okay? That is how much you're being charged for every kilowatt hour that you use. Now this is a little general because there are other fees and such that are included in the amount due, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to do this calculation the way it is anyway. Okay, then the next step is to estimate the hours you use each appliance every day. And you have a list of appliances that are in a table provided for you. Now remember that, let's say the refrigerator, you think, well, the refrigerator is on all day, so it must be 24 hours a day. Well, it's plugged in 24 hours a day, but it's not working 24 hours a day. It is estimated that a fridge will work between 8 to 10 hours a day. So just think about how much you really actually use the appliance, you turn it on. For an oven, for example, you don't use it all the time. You might use it 3 times a week for 2 hours. So just estimate, do your best. It's not an exact, unless you sit there with a timer, it's not going to be exact, but just estimate the hours each appliance is used. Then you multiply this number, this estimate, by 30 to get how many hours you use each appliance every month. Okay. Once you get this number, you multiply that by the number of kilowatts the appliance uses per hour. This is actually dependent on the type of appliance. So you look at the microwave, for example. The microwave is 1,000 kilowatts, or the oven is 1,500. It should be 1,000 watts. The oven is 1,500 or so. So you convert that to kilowatts. Okay, divide the watts by 1,000 to get kilowatts. Then you multiply that number that you estimated in part 3 by the kilowatts the appliance uses per hour. And that goes, you should have a little sticker with each appliance and figure out how much kilowatt, well, it will be in watts, converted to kilowatts by dividing with by 1,000 to find the kilowatts the appliance uses per hour. When you get that number, you multiply by the cost per kilowatt hour that we found under step 1. So find number 4, then you multiply it by the first number, and you get the total cost for each appliance. Once you find the total cost for each appliance, you add all the cost of all the appliances that you use from the table to get the total cost per month. And hopefully you will come up with some number that is close to the one that you are actually being charged. So this is a step-by-step breakdown of what you need to do, all the calculations. It's not very difficult. Once you do one of them, it will be easier to do the other appliances. But as always, you can email me with questions and I will try to help you if you are stuck. Have fun!